Hey guys, I hope you are good. We are back here today with another Season 3 catch-up Diablo 4. Uh, Yesterday, we did actually get some interesting news here. So, I received an email actually late last night, and I was super excited to get up and actually cover this. Um, there are some information on the season 4 here, so let's this is a beefy one, guys, so let's just jump straight into it. Okay, so galvanize your legend in season 4, loot reborn. So that's going to be the name of the season 4, loot reborn. It's a big rework here. It's going to be a big rework here. um I think on like the crafting systems. I mean, look at this codex here. This is all these are like things we have to look at in this article right here. So it's gonna be yeah, quite a big one, guys. So strap in, get something nice to drink, grab your popcorn, whatever, and let's just jump into it, guys. Okay, the forges burn with renewed vigor, stoked by bracers to own the steel of Sanctuary's finest. Across the land, Hell's expanded legions gather and multiply, marshalling their strength to ambush wanderers that fall prey to their hell tide. Fresh from our first public test realm in Diablo 4, Season 4 Loot Reborn begins on May the 14th. So that means in pretty much exactly 2 weeks. It begins on May 14th at 10 a.m. PT. Use the itemization overhaul on the new systems, tempering and masterworking to change a noteworthy blade into a force to be feared. Across all world tiers, Helltide is reborn. Slay monstrosities to fill your threat meter, marking you as prey for the Hellborn. Prepare to fight side by side with the Iron Wolves, a seasoned mercenary company of brethren aiming to quell the demons. Okay, so we are gonna get some mercenaries. I wonder if we can actually like include these mercenaries in our kind of like overall journey here. Interesting. Okay, so let's just skip this codex here and jump straight next to this next part here: itemization, reforged, masterworking, tempering, and more. So seasons with Diablo 4 bear their mark on Sanctuary in the seasonal realm, unearthing new quests and fresh mechanics to explore and master. Season 4 Loot Reborn takes on a new theme, overhauling many core game systems to refresh how items are earned, how they function, and how they improve as you level through world tiers during the season. Unlike previous seasonal themes that affect only the seasonal realm, with Season 4 Loot Reborn, these itemization changes persist beyond the seasonal realm and affect the eternal realm as well. Read on to learn how itemization will change the way you loot and reap your way across all of Diablo 4. All updates to our new items, classes, and skills will be available in our Season 4 patch notes, okay, which will be available here following our develop update stream on May the 2nd. So tomorrow, guys, there is going to be a developer update stream. Campfire chat? No, I don't think so. It's going to be like a dev update stream, I guess. So I guess that's not going to be like a campfire chat, or is it? I mean, I don't know. General item updates. One of our several goals for the itemization changes is to make it easier to understand which items are upgrades when they drop. Okay? We reduced the number of affixes on items down to 3 on legendary items and 2 on rare items, and made these affixes more effective. Instead of seeing an affix that relies on conditional values, for example, plus 10 damage on non-injured elites, you will see affixes such as base increases to your movement speed, max life, or single ranks of a core skill. Dropped items are now simpler to evaluate, and we've moved their complexity and customization to our new crafting systems. Okay? Tempering and masterworking, which we will describe in more detail below. Okay, we have also increased the overall values of these affixes, so they should feel more powerful. Okay, so let's see if we can actually take a look at an example here. Let's see if I can just switch to this window right here. Yeah, so this is the picture from the article right here. So let's have a look at this one. So let's see if we can actually see the changes here. So this is a unique item here. And as you can see, there are only 3 affixes on this one, plus the legendary power. Okay. I mean, it looks a little more like, looks a little more clean, I think. Okay. Let's move on here, guys. Okay. So by making items more individually impactful, we've significantly decreased the number of items that drop when slaying monsters. The goal here is to spend more time obliterating and less time sorting through the many items that drop. The result is that fewer items will drop overall, but those items will be more likely to be valuable. To compensate and stay on par with the norm, materials gained from salvaging and crafting have been adjusted to match this change. Also, Forgotten Souls can now be earned from Whisper bounties and are a rare drop from all elites. Okay, so the Forgotten Souls, that's what you get in the Hell Tides, right? The gold cost to re-roll items when enchanting now has a maximum. Okay. And we've cut down on the materials needed to perform all activities when at the blacksmith. Okay, so I guess that means that, yeah, all the like blacksmithing services are gonna be cheaper. Okay. Additionally, which world tier you play in will directly affect the rarity of items you earn. Sacred items or higher only drop in World Tier 3, and only ancestral items will appear in World Tier 4. Similarly, legendary items dropped from enemies over level 95 will always have a value of 925 item power. Okay, this is cool. So legendary items dropped from enemies over level 95 will always have a value of 925 item power. But is it only the legendary items? Okay, so this does not count for the rares, I guess. However, keep an eye out for uniques. Some have a chance to appear, and uniques for that case. Okay. However, keep an eye out for uniques. Some have a chance to appear starting in World Tier 1 and 2. All uniques have a chance to start dropping in World Tier 3, and Uber uniques can start appearing as once you're killing monsters that are level 55 at max item power level. Okay. There are also going to be some changes to the Codex of Power, it seems. Extracting aspects from legendary items now stores them in your Codex of Power to be used indefinitely. Instead of taking up space in your inventory, the Codex of Power is a library that stores your most powerful extracted version of that aspect, which can be used as many times as you want. Oh, that's a big quality of life right there. That's a big quality of life. Huh. So we can actually store all our aspects, and we can actually use them whenever we want. We don't have to keep them in our inventory. That's great. I mean, yeah, this is brilliant. I really like it. The Codex of Power displays all available aspects, so you can spend more time seeking the highest aspect rolls possible. Okay. Once the aspect with the maximum potential value is extracted, a specific border indicates the aspect has been completed. So like a legendary one, I guess. Let's see if we can have a closer look at this. See here, guys, if I can actually capture this. Yeah. So you can see this is, yeah, it has a specific border. Okay. So I guess this white border around is pretty much it, right? Okay, that's interesting. Let's move on. Aspects can now be favorited with the Codex of Power, and a tooltip will denote whether you already have that aspect equipped when searching within the Codex. Okay. Note that in the seasonal realm, when season ends, your Codex of Power will reset and retain those learned affixes for the eternal realm. If you already have the same aspect learned in the eternal realm, the Codex of Power will keep the higher of the two. Okay, so when the season flips, the aspects are gonna be reset for the seasonal realm, the next season, but they are gonna stay in the eternal realm. And if you have any better aspects like in your seasonal codex, it's gonna upgrade the ones in your eternal one. Well, that's cool. Okay. Tempering, sharpen your steel and make it sing. As you find and learn tempering manuals, blacksmiths across Sanctuary will be able to use these manuals of craftsmanship to shape the qualities of your equipment. Tempering allows you to add potent affixes to your items. Okay, this is really interesting as well. Crafting manuals can be found as a regular item throughout the game. Once learned, they can be used as many times as desired, like the new Codex of Power changes. Nice. Each crafting manual contains a small number of affixes and typically correspond to 6 different categories: weapons, offensive, defensive, mobility, utility, and resource. Simply head to a blacksmith to temper your item and add one of the available affixes, greatly reducing the time it takes to ensure your weapon has the affix you desire. Note that ancestral items can have 2 tempered affixes from different categories. Nice. Okay, this is cool. Let's see if we can grab a closer look. Okay, so here we can see the tempering slot here. So you can actually like specify what you want on your different gear. Like you can temper with it, you can change the affixes. This is cool. Yeah, this is something I want 100%. Okay. Crafting manuals. Okay, no, that one we have done. Let's move on here. Remember, the tempering durability indicates how many times you can temper an item. Okay, so it has some kind of durability. Even the most battle-owned blades can lose their edge. The manuals you learn on the seasonal realm last until the end of the season, and manuals learned on the eternal realm will now be known permanently. Yeah, I guess. So does that mean that manuals learned in the Eternal Realm, will they carry on to the next season? So like if you learn them in the Eternal Realm in Season 4, are you able to use them from the get-go in Season 5? Okay. Masterworking. Refine your weapon to own untold prowess. Okay. Using the rarest of materials found within the deepest mines and caverns, improve your weapons to the absolute pinnacle of their potential. Masterworking is an endgame crafting system using materials earned from the pit of artificers to upgrade your weapons. Masterworking improves the overall strength of all affixes on your weapon, and at every 4th tier, massively upgrades one of your equipped affixes. The affix that receives the bonus will turn blue. If the same affix is improved again, it will change to yellow. And in rare cases, it will turn orange if improved a 3rd time. Okay, let's see if we can have a closer look at this one, guys. Okay. All affixes increased by 5%. But to be able to do this, guys, we have to go to the pit of artificers. That's where we're gonna get these materials, I suppose. Okay, that's really interesting. Okay, so we have to go to the pit to get these masterworking materials, I guess. Excuse me. Okay. If you hit the max level of masterworking on a given weapon and you're unsatisfied with the improvements on your weapon, you can reset and begin the process again. Okay, that's cool. Greater affixes. Appearing only on ancestral, legendary, and unique items, greater affixes are 1.5x more powerful. So 1.5 times more powerful versions of normal affixes. Okay. Items with greater affixes drop with a distinct audio cue, alerting you to their presence. They've taken this from PoE, I think, and have a unique icon both in the world and within your inventory. Each affix on an item has a chance to be a greater affix in World Tier 3 and 4. You cannot enchant an affix into a greater affix. Their awesome power may only be discovered. Okay, so you're gonna have to go farming for this, I guess. Greater affixes, wow. Yeah, this is cool. These are some really cool changes, guys. Gems are simpler, streamlined, and more effective across your character's journey. Crude gems have been removed, and crafting levels have been shifted back. Normal gems are available at level 51, flawless at 71, and royal at 91. Diamonds have had their all resistance values increased. Topaz now provide increases to intelligence, and sapphires increases to willpower. Amethyst increase your strength, and emeralds now provide bonus dexterity. Wow. Cool. Okay. Next point here, guys. Helltide Reborn. The legions of the Burning Hells regroup to coordinate a most formidable display of force in a Helltide Reborn. Inspired by the vampiric blood harvest in Season of Blood, your ferocity in combat draws the attention of increasingly dangerous foes. Only the strongest and most well-prepared can survive this potent onslaught. Unless otherwise noted, these Helltide changes affect both Eternal and Seasonal realms and persist beyond the end of Season 4. Okay, so this is actually, the Helltide is actually getting some permanent upgrades here, making it more similar to the Blood Tide. And, this is also a good change here, guys. threat levels, and becoming hell-marked. As you cleave your way through the Helltide, you will now generate threat. Threat is earned based on the difficulty of the monsters you slay and how often you're opening torture gifts within the Helltide. There are 3 threats level in total, with each level increasing the danger and frequency of ambushes. Once you hit level 3, you will become hell-marked. Okay? When you've been hell-marked, you will be besieged by a frenzy of densely packed monsters. If you make it out alive, a Hellborn will come for you. One of Sanctuary's most formidable fallen warriors, now an immensely powerful agent of Hell. The Hellborn can embody one of the classes in Diablo 4. The Hellborn can embody one of the classes in Diablo 4? Okay. So it means it can be like a rogue or a necromancer or a barbarian or a druid or a sork. Okay. Your threat level resets once the Hellborn ambush has been activated, or if you succumb to the overwhelming forces of Hell and perish. Okay, Unholy Blasphemy, Accursed Ritual. At the scene of shocking gore, the Accursed Ritual is the ultimate testament to the disturbing lengths these manic cultists will go to appease their dark desires. It is here where you can begin the Accursed Ritual. Okay? Baneful hearts can be earned by opening tortured gifts throughout Helltide and by defeating Hellborn enemies. Deposit 3 baneful hearts to begin the ritual, which will commence with a swarm of demonic enemies. This ambush will end with the arrival of the formidable Blood Maiden, an immensely powerful demon who offers great reward upon her death. Okay. So you can get these hearts, right? And you can deposit these into these ritual things, and you will be able to like unlock these encounters, these ambushes. This is like the blood tide. Oh, this is gonna be good. I hope this is gonna be good. Contributing any baneful hearts to initiate this dark ritual will grant you increased rewards as a contribution bonus, but sacrificing more baneful hearts will yield you further individual rewards. Yeah, so kind of like oh, okay, no, that's not the same as the blood tide, is it? I'm not sure. Okay. Hell tides in World Tier 1 and 2. To get your feet warmed up to the awesome threat of Helltide earlier on in your character's journey, Helltide is now available in World Tier 1 and 2. The overall monster density will be suited relative to these world tiers, and no roaming bosses or lethal meteors will be present. So that means you can jump straight into the Helltide. So you can create your character. If you've done the campaign, you can skip the campaign and you can go straight into the Helltide. The Helltide Reborn, that is. Additional hellish changes. For the Wanderer that wants to push the limits of Helltide, an exceptionally valuable new elixir called Profane Mind Cage is available to up the ante, okay? Consuming a Profane Mind Cage increases the level of Helltide monsters by 10 and boosts Cinder drop rates. These are a guaranteed drop after killing Hellborn. You will see diminishing returns on boosted monster levels closer to level cap. Okay, you will see diminishing returns on boosted monster levels closer to level cap. Okay? Keep progressing in the world tiers to retain the same benefit from this potent elixir. The Profane Mind Cage will only last until the end of Season 4 Loot Reborn, of course. So this is like a special brew. Can make things difficult, but you will get more rewarded, I guess. Fresh demonic events have been added to Helltide, including new encounters with the fabled Iron Wolves. Stay vigilant for these encounters of demonic treachery. Okay. As a recent change since our public test realm for Season 4 Loot Reborn, Doomsayers no longer drop chests of Doomsaying. Instead, now they drop the equivalent rewards that a chest of Doomsaying would have granted on death, entirely removing the cinder cost it previously had. Okay? And now, on to your greatest challenge, the Pit of Artificers. There are rumors that there are strange varieties of ore deep within the network of dungeons crisscrossing the north of Sanctuary, perfect for crafting exceptionally made armor using secret Horadric techniques. However, the horrors that lay in wait for intrepid wanderers seeking to unearth these riches are unspeakably terrible. Okay, upon entering World Tier 4, you will receive a priority quest to complete a Tier 46 Nightmare dungeon. Upon completion, you'll begin to collect rune shards by playing through different endgame activities. They'll appear when you encounter Helltide chests, world bosses, Legion events, Nightmare dungeons, and Whisper bounties. Okay, rune shards. Collect rune shards to activate the obelisk in Kerrigar. Or Serigar, I don't know. Kerrigar? Serigar? Allowing you to descend into the beckoning depths of the pit. Your task is to slay enough monsters before your 10-minute time limit runs out to summon the final boss. Each player death removes time from the clock. First death removes 30 seconds, second death removes 60 seconds, third and subsequent deaths will remove 90 seconds. Okay. After enough monsters are slain, a portal materializes, transporting you to the boss's arena. Slay the boss before the timer expires to earn coveted masterworking materials. And the next brutal tier of the pit. If you can manage to kill the boss with time left on the clock, the benefit increases. With 4 to 6 minutes to spare, you skip a level and unlock an additional tier of the pit. Killing the boss with 6 or more minutes to spare grants you 2 additional tier unlocks. The pit has 200 total levels of difficulty to try and conquer if you dare face the challenge. 200 total levels. Wow. The pit can be entered in groups of up to 4 players, with the player who spends the rune shards to open the pit earning the lion's share of materials. Okay, so it's whatever player spends the most shards is gonna get the most rewards. I mean, that's just fair, right? Only the player who opened the pit has the chance to receive tantalizing Stygian stones used for summoning tormented echoes. Okay. Level 200 variants of the summonable bosses found in Diablo 4. Like Ubers. The further you descend into the levels of the pit, the more frequent these Stygian stones will appear. Okay. And Dariel joins the fray and tormented echoes. Okay, so the Maiden of Anguish has returned in all her tormented glory. She joins the boss ladder at the same tier as her brother Duriel, with the same Uber Uniques drop rate, with a mix of shadow, fire lightning, and her iconic poison attack, and Dariel stands ready to face all who dare all who dare fathom to bring about her demise. Okay. Found east of Tazarak in Hangman's Hall, you'll need summoning materials from both Lord Zir and the Beast in Eyes to fight Andariel. Okay. Tormented Echoes. All summonable bosses are now available at level 200 as Tormented Echoes. Summonable with their regular summon materials alongside Stygian stones, which can be found deep within the pit. These bosses cost more to summon, but drop far more rewards. To summon a Tormented Echo, simply go to their typical summon location and select the Tormented Echo variant. Note that to summon the beast in ice, you'll need to craft a different Nightmare Dungeon sigil. Nice. All items dropped from Tormented Echoes will be item level 925. Defeating your first Tormented Echo drops one Resplendent Spark as a first time reward. And this is account bound. Okay. So Resplendent Spark, that's the material you need to craft the Uber Uniques, right? Okay. Off to the next point here, guys. Fight with the Iron Wolves. Seek out the battle-hardened and stalwart Sude the Anvil, a stoic field commander of the Iron Wolves. The Iron Wolves are a band of noble mercenaries in the south, seeking to protect the common people of Sanctuary and hold themselves to a higher code of honor than other mercenary companies of similar metal. Mysteriously, members of the ranks have been dying under suspicious circumstances. Seek out the source of this slaughter to earn the Iron Wolf's favor. Meet Sude in Kyrgyzstan to start your journey to uncover this deadly plot. Working with the Iron Wolves will earn you several tempering manuals, which are key to unlocking the potential of your items in Season 4, Loot Reborn. Okay?